What's up guys, Barry Gaming here, back with some more Idle Heroes, and today we're going to be trying to do some Void Vortex, kind of just doing what we've been doing, where, you know, your weekly or bi-weekly, not bi-weekly, twice a week task you need to do is, once you are in Vanquisher, you need to make sure you're beating up at least one planet. That way you up your rewards from the Defier 1 title to your Vanquisher 6. So today we're going to see what we can do with a little bit of a change in our normal lineup. Normally we have a pretty set team that we use. We do need to change artifacts here. I want to change this to an upgraded Punisher, although we are going to have to go find that. So where, oh my goodness, I have heroes without gear. I need to change that as well. Let's see who has our current Punisher of Immortal. Oh, good lord. Michelle has one. That seems like a waste. Let's put it over here on our Sword Flash. We're going to make her very attack oriented. Yeah, very attack oriented. We're going to make her very offensive. She's the best option for this type of game mode. I'm going to change this one to crit damage. So we're going to run crit damage, crit, and damage reduction. Usually we use something like an Ignis on our team for just like a suicide, give her additional energy in round 2 potentially, or 3. What I want to see if we can do is actually run something different, like an Annabelle, like a tanky Annabelle, someone who can potentially give some good buffs because, you know, her basic attack will give 30% attack for 2 rounds. Her active ability will make it so that enemies will potentially not do nearly as much damage. I want to see how her survivability works out. So I do think Void Vortex is a place where I think she could actually thrive. So we already rolled a pretty easy planet here. This is one of the easier ones to clear on this planet. So the recording looks like it corrupted. Fun. I just showed you a whole battle showing how great Annabelle can be. You'll notice she's the only one that actually died right here, but her puppet hit Garuda a ton of times. We will run it back. As far as like what her stat sheet says, is not going to be much because, of course, when the healing happens from Garuda using her active, it's not going to show up under the healing for her. We'll find another planet to go through. So let's see if we can find another okay rolled planet, or we'll just spend some gems. We'll re-roll another planet. I'm really mad that that file right there just corrupted, because that was one of the best examples to show Annabelle's actual usability. It is what it is. Let's see what else we can find. So let me take a look. We got Sherlock, Belrain, Carrie, Ada, Carrie. Okay, so this one is definitely swappable. You know what? I just fat fingered the 23. We'll take it. So this one here, there's a couple planets that are easy to go for. Surprisingly enough, the Annabelle one is not one of them. You would think this would be an easier wave. It actually ends up not being very easy. We're going to reset this until we can find either the Dark Arthendal or the Tara wave. There it is. So the Dark Arthendal wave is pretty easy to complete here as well. I say pretty easy, but it still has some difficulties. We're going to do some protection signets here. Just get everybody protected. Since we're not doing a push, it doesn't matter about saving these up. Just keep everybody protected. Like I said, we're going to have Annabelle. We're going to keep the Rogan in because Rogan is very easy to outspeed the Jara, which is great. Looks good. We're going to keep the Phoenix. That stacking buff is really nice. We could use the Wolf, but we'll see. It is what it is. So Jara just got that really amazing round 1 here. Penny actually has the puppet. That's really good for us. The fact that Penny has the puppet means that her active is just not going to do anything, which is nice. Honestly, out of everybody here in the back row, that's probably the easiest one to deal with here. This is by far one of the easiest waves to beat here. You just got to know the waves. You got to know who to re-roll for. And yeah, Penny is just stuck. Wow. This kind of shows you the power of Jara. If you have energy feed on your account, Jara, Sword Flash, amazing combo. Now, it looks like Jara just killed herself. Or I mean, sorry, Sword Flash just killed herself. But we should be able to finish this out with what we have. Annabelle giving attack buffs looks pretty nice. Sword Flash, the MVP. And like I said, the buffs, like the healing and anything Annabelle does with those puppets, you won't really see. That time it wasn't really as effective as it was when it landed on the Garuda in the previous one that corrupted. I really wish I had that because she didn't actually get to attack. So we will try to find another one that we can do. So let me see, which planet is this one? This one has a carry setup. Which planet? Which planet? We got to look through the spreadsheets. Carry Ada. I don't see her. There it is. Okay, so this one we could do. Carry Ada, Belrain, Sherlock, Garuda. So this one we need carry, Belrain, Ada. We need carry, Belrain, Ada. No, definitely not that one. That one's really bad. Let's do a few more swaps here. We're wasting gems, but you know, for the sake of this, I will do it. I don't think this one's good. Ada, Belrain, Olivia. Yeah, definitely not a good one. Unimax one isn't too bad. I think we're going to do a few more swaps. I want to try and find one that's a little bit easier. Ada, Tara, no. We're not getting any luck. Okay, we'll do like 2 more swaps. Let's see. Sherlock, Ada. Oh, that's a really bad. Okay, 2 more swaps. Just 2 more. Just 2 more, guys. Trust me. Just 2 more. That's a bad one. Again, that's a really bad one. Good lord. These are like, we're not even getting like doable waves. We're getting like the worst of the worst waves here. I guess we could do this one. I just really hate the speed manipulation from the Olivia. You know what? We'll do the Unimax one. We might be able to beat the Unimax one with this setup. And like I said before, we're not really pushing, so we're just going to get everybody their protection. There we go. Same lineup. Let's see what Annabelle can do for us today. So Annabelle didn't get an active that time, so that does mean she gives an attack buff right here to the Sword Flash. So that's 30% additional attack. That will help. The big thing is, does she find a spot? Oh my god, that Petrify was horrible. Does she find a spot in a team like this? And that's a really tough answer because Ignis just does so well with energy feeding, things like that. Like, it's such a good team composition with an Ignis. I do want to put Jara in the front row. And we have to remember too, our Sword Flash is not in our home on Cloud Island right now. So she isn't as strong as she normally is. So some of these fights are a little bit more difficult. Oh man, that is brutal. We're missing the energy feed, which is kind of key, I think. Getting that puppet out round 1 is really important because some of the enemies will actually have actives on round 1. Ooh, okay. Sword Flash doing her thing still. Annabelle going down to the Garuda is perfect because now Garuda has another puppet on her. I will definitely take that. I think it's a little too little, too late because 4 enemies versus this Sword Flash. Even with the puppet, I don't think it's going to matter because the puppet is going to fall off and we are going to end up dying. That was a little brutal right there. Let's do one more fight. Just trying to see, does she have a place? I'm thinking my answer is probably going to be no, sadly. I do think she'll have a better chance maybe in Tower of Dream, but Vortex, it's like you have a set number of heroes that you really need in these setups, and the only way someone's going to take one of those spots, like take an Ignis spot, is literally if they do the job better. And I don't know if Annabelle does it. I don't know. She doesn't feed energy. She does, of course, make one of the enemies not as strong. Maybe if you don't have a Jara, she would be a lot more useful because, of course, you're not going to be CCing the enemy team. Oh, Unimax just one-shot her right there. Good lord. We'll do one more fight because this is kind of a good test because this is a planet who's usually like yellow, which means it's a difficult one, but technically you can beat it with the normal lineup. It does hit on Garuda. Garuda doesn't have an active round 1, so that's not going to be a big deal there. If she doesn't get CC'd round 2, that could be a difference maker. But we're just taking so much damage from this wave. So right here, Garuda should use her active, but instead of it dealing damage, it will heal us instead, which is very big. So if you're looking for a way to, like, if your team's doing really good, but you're just getting stuck on those Garudas, Annabelle could be a possible option. For the average player, I don't think she's going to be that useful. Literally, it feels like the one counter this hero does have, or does work against, is Garuda. It is huge against Garuda because all of Garuda's damage is coming from those big actives. So if you're getting stuck on Garudas, maybe an Annabelle will help out. You could always even run just a 5-star version of her too. Literally just a 5-star of Annabelle. Where is she? Right here. Her on death will still basically do the same thing. It just won't heal for as much, but it does make it so that the enemies don't actually get to use their active. They have to use her active instead. So 5-star Annabelle, maybe a possible cheap tech option for those of you pushing into, I don't know, Valiant, Defier, where you don't need the perfect setup. You might not have Jar, you might not have energy feed, but you do have a sword flash. This hero could be good even as a 5-star. So hopefully you guys enjoy this one. Again, I apologize about that corrupted video. It makes me really mad, but I'll see you guys next time.